my dear friends, let's take some tzedakah, put it in the pushka, we'll do it together. Remember, it's the year of Hakil, the year of gathering, the year of oneness, especially now we're coming close to Shavuos. It's a time when Vayichan Sham Yisrael, we were all there as one. So we're on Mount Sinai. Torah says in the beginning of the parsha of this week, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe b'Har Sinai le'mer, God speaks to Moshe Rabbeinu on Mount Sinai to say the following. Daber al b'nei Yisrael, basically the Torah is giving us over here the mitzvah of Shemitah. Shemitah, the sabbatical year. Today sabbatical years have become very popular in especially universities, that every 7 years, apparently staff gets a day off, a year off. In any case, originally it is all from the Torah where it says, when you have a piece of land, you cultivate land. For 6 years you should work, and the 7th year let it rest. And let me read the verses. Daber al b'nei Yisrael v'amar talem, tell the Jewish people, when you come to the land that I give you, v'shofta oretz Shabbos l'Hashem, and the land shall rest, a Shabbos l'Hashem. In other words, it's not about you. It's about the land resting and dedicating it to God. How so? 6 years you should sow your field, 6 years you should prune your vineyard, and you should gather all its produce. Then again, 7th year, it's a day of Shabbos, a day of rest, a rest, complete rest for God. You should not sow your field and you should not prune your vineyard. What should happen with all these fruits? It says you can use it on the 7th year. Whatever grows, you can enjoy it. You, your family, your children, your slaves, your animals, your possessions, and everybody else. It is basically called a free-for-all. The land is free, the fruit, the produce, anybody can come and help themselves. Can't do business with it, but everybody can serve themselves. But then the pasuk later on says, V'chisoimru, and if you will say, Man noichal b'shona shviz, if we have no business, the business will be closed the whole year. What are we going to eat? How are we going to survive? We cannot sow, we cannot gather in the produce. So what's going to be? Says the Eibishter, then, I will command by blessing for you in the 6th year, and it will yield produce for 3 years. Why 3 years? Because we need for the 6th year, we need for the 7th year, for Shemitah, and then we need for the following year till it starts growing again. So for 3 years, the 6th year will give you triple produce. That's the mitzvah of Shemitah. But here's just an interesting few observations. This statement, and if you will say what you're going to eat, comes way later. In response to your question or your statement, what will we eat? Says God, don't worry, I will command my blessing. That is a very unusual kind of a conversation. Why isn't God saying the Chatchile? Look, Kinderlach, you follow my commands, you keep the 7th year's Shemitah, the sabbatical year, and I will give you the blessing, and you will see. On the 6th year already, you will have triple produce. You should know that this is for the next 3 years. Why this dialogue? And if you will say, what are we going to eat? Then says God, I will command my blessing. What means commanding a blessing? I give you my blessing. So Rabbi Zushe Silberstein says the following. We're talking over here, the people are coming out of the desert, going to Eretz Yisrael. They're going now to cultivate land. What have they been living off the whole time in the 40 years? Man from heaven. We know the man from heaven. Every morning God would provide fresh new manna. We weren't even allowed to put it away from the yesterday to today. To tell us what? Don't worry. God provides. You will get your daily ration, your daily food you will get. Says God, you're coming into Eretz Yisrael. I want you to continue with that faith. In a different way. 6 years you work, and the 7th year you have faith, I will provide. But then says the Eibishter, what's going to be if you're going to be a little bit skeptical? You're going to have a slight, not really doubting completely, but maybe a little discomfort, so that you will say, not you will ask, but you will say what's going to happen. Says God, although the fact that you're a little skeptical, although the fact that you're a little doubt, you don't deserve the blessing. Nevertheless, v'tzivisi es birchosi, I will command my blessing to come. In other words, it's not just a natural thing you should get the blessing because you behave well, because you believe, but I will have to command it. And why will I command it? Because you're respecting it. Although you're doubting, you're respecting. This in itself, that you do it, even when you have a slight little doubt, is sufficient for me to command you to have the blessing.